Hello, Internetians. My name is Josh Player, and I am your coach of the Philly Zoldu. What is going on? Before you skip ahead to see what I have drafted, because you clicked on the video, you know what you're watching, you know what you're doing. Before you skip ahead, there are very important announcements. One, this is the only video regarding this league that is going to be going up on YouTube. This is more of an advertisement for my Twitch, which I'm sure if you watch me regularly, you know. I will be streaming all my battles as Twitch exclusive content for this league. It is APA Little Cup Wi-Fi. So make sure you're following me there. Make sure you're also following me on Twitter. So I will be tweeting out when I will be streaming these games as I schedule them. So make sure you're paying attention to both of those. I'm just going over the draft, going over everything, and then we're going to just be streaming the games. The day this is going up, which is Tuesday, the 9th, it'll be going up about 24 hours before my first game. So my first game will be at twitch.tv/ultraplayer561. 2 p.m., give or take. So, keep that in mind as you go. Also, I haven't uploaded and, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen, it's fine. It's good. I've been streaming, and I've been not streaming. And those are the two things I've been doing. So that's fun. But I have some leagues coming back. I was down on my, kind of like a break from leagues. I was getting a bit burnt out. I'm ready to get back into it. You know, I'm already having fun building for Little Cup. But I was in the in-between, so it was really, really nice. But I got NCP coming back. NCP Season 5 is going to have a quick turnaround. We got UBL coming, drafting for that now. Always fun time with UBL. I always really, really love my leagues and everything. But anyway, you're here for APA Little Cup, so I just wanted to put that out there. So welcome to APA Little Cup, Season number 5, Wi-Fi Division. We are not in Wi-Fi Division Little Cup before. So this is our first time, and I'm really excited because there's a lot of fun coaches, right? You got Amel. You got Olivia. You got Kirby, I'm pretty sure. Who else is in here? Oh, look. All the people. Whoops. You didn't need to see that. I forgot that that's what was popping up on the screen. Tone, Invivid Color, It's Whatever. Who else is in this league? Ogoino, Potato Z, Gias, Gios, Grandmaster D-Ray. Don't worry about it. That's all the people I can remember. They'll be uploading, I'm sure. Liv is streaming this too. Liv is also doing Twitch exclusive content. So, anyway, follow me on Twitch if you want to see these games. I'll be tweeting that out. I should probably tweet that out now, actually. Hello, friends. I will be streaming tomorrow around 2 p.m. Eastern with my first APA Little Cup Wi-Fi game. Be sure to be there. Be sure you're following and tune in. Link. Twitch.tv ultraplayer561. Cool. I gotta remember to tweet that out every Sunday, so I gotta remember to schedule early. Anyway, Little Cup Wi-Fi Division. So, if you don't know how Little Cup tiers will usually work, there's 4 tiers: Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. Tier 4 is usually shit. Tier 1 is usually really, really good, but also really, really, both tiers are really small. And then Tier 2 and Tier 3 have a lot. Of course, it's a little bit different with this because it's Wi-Fi, so you don't have every mon. So there's a lot of mons that aren't there. So standard LC things might not be as needed as always. So in Little Cup, you always really want a fighting type because it's a good rock resist, but also fighting types are really, really good. You always want a bird resist. At least one. You want fighting resist. And then you want, speed tiers are not as important, but they're still kind of a big deal to an extent. You want something that's really fast in, the 18, 19, 20 kind of area, and then you just want to make sure you trickle down, which is really easily with Little Cup. Obviously, there's only, 7 speed tiers, so it's really easy to fill your tiers up. So long as you make sure you get that higher point quick. Knockoff is literally the best move in the game. You only get 2 items per, or 2 of each item per team, so you gotta make sure you be careful of that. That's it. So, going in, I was picked number a lot. I was not very early. I was actually very late. And I just watched this Pokemon that I wanted just goodbye. Let me actually pull this up so I can look at it without you seeing it. Obviously the big ones went. Volibeabra, Mienfoo, Ponyta, Ghastly. All that shit was gone. But as it got closer, I started to think, man, I might actually get something. I was actually 13 out of 16, which sucks. But then I started, like, as like the halfway point went, I was like, alright, let's see what I can get, right? Let's see what might make it to me. What about Farfetch? Would Farfetch? No. Would Ponyta? Galarian Fro? No. Grookey went then. I didn't really want Grookey. Grookey's, no glide, so. And then I was like, I can get Pawniard. Hopefully Vivid, right before me, won't take Pawniard. Kappa. So that was not fun. But there's still some good stuff left, right? I thought about Scraggy. Good Mon. I thought about Wingull, too. I know Wingle's, like, broken. So, I thought about that a lot. I thought about Sun. Sun's always really good, especially in Little Cup. And Little Cup Sun is absolutely fucking stupid. But I wanted to have fun with this team, right? There's also one other Pokemon. There's Drillbur left. But I just used Drillbur in regular Little Cup. And although it is absolutely stupid, absolutely just an insane fucking Pokemon. No. So, my first pick was Scorbunny. I love Scorbunny. This Pokemon's broken. I used Cinderace when it first came out as Libero. Ridiculous Pokemon. I've used Reboot numerous times with Libero. Ridiculous Pokemon. I've even used Scorbunny in a standard league, and it got a kill. I'm ready for Scorbunny, right? Scorbunny is really good. Obviously, this does get Libero. It's a really good Pokemon. So, nice Libero, always being able to change its type, and it's really, really good just because it's like really fast, and it's, while it doesn't have the greatest move pool of all time, it's still worthy of tier 1. It's still ridiculously strong. It still gets good setup moves, like you see Agility, you see Flame Charge, you see all kinds of stuff. Baton Pass is banned, so don't worry about it. It can run Mixed, although its special set isn't the greatest. It does get some strong moves like Overheat. It gets Priority. And this thing can just be really good because of its Libero. While it is a fire type, it can also sweep as other types, like fighting. Like Silk Scarf Double Edge is a real set that could work. And I think that was Owen who pointed that to me. By the way, I'm using my front office for this. I don't know if I mentioned that already. That was the other announcement I was supposed to say at the beginning. If you'd like to help me out with this league or UBL, contact me on Discord or on Twitter, and I'll send you the link to my front office, and you can join and have a good time. I'm using my front office again. I haven't used my front office since a long time ago. Don't worry about it. Anyway, really good Mon. Also gives me Priority. I love Priority, especially in Little Cup. I think Priority is really, really, really important in just about all leagues. And I just love Priority. I think Priority can be a great win con. I think it can be a great save your ass. So, Goatmon. So anyway, it went, and then anything good that I wanted was then gone. Drillbur went, Sun went, pain. Almost went Sun. But I wasn't going to get Sun with Scorbunny. You need to use 3 tier 1s at that point. One for Scorbunny, one for Vulpix, and one for Bulbasaur. Something else went. Wingull went. That's what I wanted. Wingull. So Wingull went, but there was one that made it back to me, and I was like, okay, at this point, it's no-brainer. I know exactly what I want. I'm going to get Mudbray. Mudbray is also a really, really good Pokemon, especially in Little Cup. Ground types are really, really good, and this Mon is... This Mon is stupid strong. Here's something that you might not know about Little Cup. 19 with a, or 20 with a boosting nature attack is really strong. Like, really, really strong. That Earthquake is gonna hurt. It also gets me Rocks. It gets me something immune to Intimidate, because it's immune to Intimidate twice. Also immune to Flinches, which is also really cool, because flinching is kind of a thing. People run Fake Out a lot. Because, like, lower base power moves still do a decent amount of damage. And that's why I like multi-hit moves and multi-hit move Mons are really good. Like Minchino, and I almost said Chinchino. Minchino, and Piggypack are both really, really good because of that. And Apom. I think Apom's banned. Apom's not banned. And Fury Swipe, stuff like that. It's all really, really nice, right? But Stamina is also really good because those multi-hit moves, like, if you switch it on Rock Blast, then you have, like, +5 defense. And then nothing's breaking you. Great Berry Juice Mon, great Violet Mon, great Scarfer even. I think it hits 15 speed. 15 speed. 15 speed with a Scarfer is not bad. That outspeeds everything in the metagame unboosted. So unless you have a faster Scarfer, it's always going to outspeed everything, which is always nice. And Ground's just really, really good. While people do have their birds, birds are not something that are just always going to be around. It's also gets Smackdown, which is cool. Etc. And this can kind of check some physical birds. Just how, tired. Some like physical Pokemons can be, etc. Yeah, not much to say. It's Mudbray. Next mon, I love this mon. I use this in Clash of Kings. And I had a blast with this mon. Bird Resist, first of all. Second Rocker, Spinner, Priority. All these good things. All wrapped up in this nice little tier 2 package. Hell yes, give me some Kabuto. Goatmon. It gets you knockoff too. I think this is my first knockoff user, which is very, very important. Knockoff is broken. I love this thing. I still remember my game versus GCS where I led a Focus Sash Kabuto, and it was basically my Grookey counter. It didn't go off as planned, but eventually later did. He U-turned instead of Grassy Gliding or Wood Hammering. But later I got back up to full because of Grassy Terrain, and I O-code Grookey with Modest Ice Beam. Really, really fun. So this can be mixed, although it's just like Score Bunny, it's better physical, but it can be mixed. Good speed, it hits 16 speed. Like I said, Rapid Spin, like I said, Stealth Rock. You can see a cat actually in the background right here. What are you doing? You're on YouTube, say hi. Anyway, that's my cat, Nala. Important things. Kabuto. I say Kabuto. Kabuto is the person from Naruto. This is Kabuto. Really good mon. Can set up. I don't think it gets Sword Dance. Does it get Sword Dance? No. That'd be really fucking cool if it did, bro. It gets Rock Blast, though, and again, multi-hit moves are really, really good, especially in Little Cup. I love multi-hit moves just in general, but just Little Cup makes it so much better. It gets Curse, which is kind of nice, but at the same time, it could be nice because it has Weak Armor, one of its better abilities. -1 defense, +2 speed when you hit with a physical move, etc. Really good shit. Yeah. So anyway, came back to me on the wheel. There's one Pokemon I knew I really wanted because I think it's really, really, really good. It doesn't get knockoff, but it does get corrosive. Bruh. What are you looking at? Now there's the cat ass in the video. Anyway, one mon I knew I really wanted, but I didn't want to get earlier. This was Coughing. Gives me Toxic Spikes. I love Toxic Spikes. Even in Little Cup where like it's not as important, I still love it. It's a decently fast wall / pivot, which is nice. It gives me a Fighting Resist, which is always important, as I said. And a really good physical, like switching, again, helps me with birds, even though it's not really a bird resist. I like calling them birds. I don't call them fly type. Just birds. They're birds. It's a thing. Bird type. And this can be like, this also gives me Neutralizing Gas, which I really like. If you don't know me, let me go ahead and tell you, Neutralizing Gas is one of my favorite abilities in the game. I think it is absolutely amazing. I think it's just so nice. You feel to torture opponent's ability like that, and all of a sudden mons that are so good that rely on their ability all of a sudden aren't so good. So always good. It's also a good special attacker to an extent. It's not the strongest. I think it's like 14 special attack. Oh no, it's a lot higher than that. Oh, it's 16. Cool. 16 boosted. Which is good because it does have some decent coverage. Sludge Bomb, it gets fire moves, it gets electric moves, it gets Shadow Ball, it gets Taunt, it can be a Stall Breaker, it gets Wisp. Does it get Hex? Does it get Venoshock? It does get Venoshock. You can't see it, but it does get Venoshock. It gets Thief, which is kind of cool, etc. Good stuff. It also gets Haze, which is good for stuffing setup, and Memento, which is good for getting into like a setup mon. Speaking of, oh, this isn't a setup mon. Whatever, don't worry about it. It wasn't a good segue, but Meowth is here. Meowth is really cool because it made Kirby mad because I sniped him of it. So already #1 MVP. Already got 1 kill. Kirby's pride. So this gets Fake Out. This gets multiple priorities. It gets Parting Shot, which is really, really cool. It gets Nasty Plot. It gets knockoff. It can be physical. It can be mixed. It gets me another knockoff user, by the way. So I'm at 2 knockoff users and a fake knockoff user, which is awesome. Gets really good coverage on the physical side and technician on the special with Nasty Paw and like water pulse and stuff. It's really, really cool. Really strong, and it gets me that speed tier that I wanted to hit, right? Obviously, I'm not going to be able to hit 20 because 20 space speed is really hard to hit. You're either like a Voltorb or you're nothing. I think Voltorb got sniped. Don't worry about it. So 19 is really a lot easier to hit. So this gives me my 19 speed, and then I have Score Bunny at 17, so I'm really filling in those upper things. I'm where I need to be. I'd love an 18-point Mon, but I'm gonna spoil you now. 3, 2, 1. Spoiler, I didn't get an 18-pointer. Don't worry about it. Yeah, really, really cool shit. Great pivot. I also had this in Clash of Kings a lot, and I really loved it because it's super good. And Dark is stab knockoff is so much better than just regular knockoff, right? Great Mon, etc. Next, I got sniped a bunch by this point. What did I get sniped of? There was some important stuff. A lot of the birds were going. Like, a lot of the birds that I wanted were going. A grass type I wanted to win, I think. Oh, Clink went. Yeah, that was a big one. Clink was stolen from me by Potato Z. Oh, asshole. I even invited him into my front office. Potato Z, you're fired. Something else was stolen. I really wanted Clink. I really wanted that as a setup sweeper because I love Clink. I used that in an LC tour, and I just demolished. It's such a fucking amazing... It's such a broken Pokemon. But I don't get it, which is sad. Something else got stolen. Something really important. Something I was extremely devastated to find out. Fletchling went, but I don't know if that was the steal that I was sad about. God, what was it? Whatever it was huge. I was really upset about losing it. I thought it was a grass type. Interesting. I know I saw it. Oh, Zorua. Zorua also got taken. Not really. I didn't like really let it get taken. Or I didn't really like. It didn't really get sniped. I knew it was gonna get taken by Liv. She kind of said that she wanted it, and then that's when I stole Cat from Kirby. I swear there's a big snipe. Let me just look up snipe. Oh, let me move this. Okay. In Coach General snipe. Oh, okay. Anyway. Let me see here. I can figure it out. Oh, can you see my mouse? That's so weird that you can see my mouse. Tyrogue. Tyrogue win. I wanted that. And then Ralts, I think, was it. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I ended up with Noibat. For one reason or another, I wasn't originally planning on getting Noibat, but I did. We've used it before. It's a really good mon. It's a nice... It's really strong, right? Because it gets Hurricane and Draco, which immediately makes it strong. It gets Agility, it gets Hyper Voice, so you can run, like, Throat Spray Agility, which is really good. It gets Defog, so it gets me a third Defogger. I think you get Defog, too. You don't actually get Defog. Alright, well, you suck, by the way. Don't worry about it. I actually have plenty of removal, so that's fine. 14 unboosted, 15 boosted, and then it still gets 16 speed, so it's really, really nice. Draco and Hurricane are really strong. It's good coverage. It's basically like Baby Noivern. I don't know too much that it doesn't get that Noivern does, but it's really, really good. Good coverage, good attacker, good pivot. Good ground resist, which is always nice. And it's a dragon that pressures fairies really, really well. Because fairies, while they can take the Draco Meteors, they don't want to take the Hurricanes. So, always important to keep in mind. Anyway. Moving on. I lost my grasses, so I ended up with Fomantis. But this is still a really good Pokemon. Superpower, if this is the superpower one, or is this like the contrary one? Yeah, this is contrary one. It doesn't get superpower, though. Does it get superpower? It doesn't. That kind of sucks. Well, it still gets Leaf Storm. So it's a really good mon in that sense. You can run like Scarf Leaf Storm and just like sweep with 14 speed. So that's still boosted 21, outspeeding everything. It gets, just give Rapid Spin too, or is it just Defog? It gets Defog. So give me that removal. It gets me a grass type, so that's a ground resist, which is very, very important because ground types are really, really good. And I mean, that's really it. It was mainly there for like removal and then like sweeping with like a Choice Scarf stuff, ground resist. Not really much to go into. It's also a Cleric, which is really nice. Clerics can be underrated, I think. Yeah. So last couple months, I only had 3 more picks. I knew I was getting a tier 3 and 2 tier 4s. And Ralts went, and Tyrogue went, and y'all, Combee went. That's why I was like, that's why I ended up with Noibat. That's right, because Combee went. This is so sad. I lost Combee. Do you know Combee is the strongest Pokemon ever? Did you know that? It is. So my first tier 4, I ended up with Hatena. This is still like a really good tier 4 Pokemon. I wish I had Psychic. If it had Psychic here, oh my god. But it can run Trick Room. It can run Calm Mind. It can run really good offense. It's really strong. It has great coverage. It can run Healing Wish. It can run Thunder Wave. It's a Magic Bouncer, so that gives me, you know, more hazard control. And look how strong it is. Look how strong it is. 16 boosted in Trick Room. And it's always going to be like one of the fastest mons because it's 7 speed in Trick Room. Really good stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. It's a second. I think it's a third, actually. I think Weezing might be able to heal. It doesn't. Weezing can't heal. What the fuck am I saying? Don't worry about it. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Anyway, so it's a really good mon. It's really strong and can be like a Calm Mind Sweeper, etc. And it gets Draining Kiss, which is really cool because it can like Drain Kiss and like sweep like that with how Hatterene does. I think it's definitely worth. Definitely worth. Not the strongest Pokemon ever, but it's definitely a good sleeper tier 4 pick. Next, I knew I wanted this mon. I knew I wanted this mon for like the longest time, just because I think it's so. I think it feels like a really fun Pokemon. I got Carablast. It's a good Choice Scarfer. It's a good breaker. No Guard Megalhorn. Bruh. Strong as hell. Also gives me knockoff, which is important. Does this get knockoff? Do you get knockoff? You don't get knockoff? Garbage. Do you get knockoff? Garbage. Carablast. Not garbage. Gets knockoff. Also gets, like I said, Scarf No Guard, which is really, really cool. Not the greatest coverage, but can also run Swords in. Can be a really good breaker. Really good offense. Bug is, I figure, kind of underrated. It's fodder for, like, birds, but other than that, it's not bad. It's a fighting resist, and it can be a strong fighting resist. So, like, Timber, like, it doesn't really check Timber, but, like, at +2, it's going to do a lot of damage to stuff like Timber. I don't even know if Timber's in this game. Timber's probably not in the game. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Goatmon. Iron Defense is also kind of cool. Get some sleeper moves, etc. But it's mainly there. It's just like to click Megahorn and kill. And then last mon, Milcery, was one of the last tier 4s available. It's not the greatest. It's kind of bad. It's another this thing. But it's there to check dragons. And not really fighting, but it's there to check dragons, kind of. So that's the team. That's what I'm bringing to APA Low Cup. As I said before, make sure you're following me on twitch.tv/ultraplayer561. First game is at 24 hours from the release of this video, which is 2 o'clock Eastern at Tuesday. On Tuesday. So, make sure you're following me there for all the games. I'll be streaming tomorrow. My first game will be versus Gaius and the Edmonton Poliwags, so be sure to check that out. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you in the next one.